How should I feel 24 weeks pregnant?
Yeah, 6 months done.
I still have 16 weeks or about 4 months left.
Yeah, if you go into early labor, the baby has a decent chance now.
A day in the mother is worth several days in the ICU, so while the baby is more likely to live if born now, I would still rush to the emergency room if I were in early labor.
At this point, it is common to feel like you are starting to look like that classic knot in a rope or bloated blimp, depending on your body type.
That wasn't what I meant.
Your uterus is usually higher than your belly button. It is normal to feel annoyed that you are now an outie.
Not everyone was an innie.
You may be worried about the glucose challenge test coming up.
What is that?
It is the test where they determine if you have prenatal diabetes.
I've already had that, though they use the acronym for it. I just called it the nasty sugary drink plus blood work test.
Your body is sloshing around 50% more fluid than it did before pregnancy.
I know. That's why I've had swollen ankles for weeks.
You may find your wrists a little swollen too, with many women developing carpal tunnel syndrome.
That's not an issue for me.
Women at this point start to have stronger Braxton Hicks contractions.
Those are the muscle tightening spasms or tightening as a band that are the uterus practicing for when you are in labor.
If you have the muscle spasms continue for more than a minute or the pain with them grows worse over time, you need to talk to the doctor.
It seems like everything in this phase requires talking to your doctor.
If you feel a serious headache with red or blurred vision, or other symptoms your blood pressure is really high or high and rising, you need to get to a hospital.
I've heard the warnings of preeclampsia for weeks.
It is one of the reasons behind preterm labor, though other things can trigger it.
I know I don't like that.
You are probably feeling the baby moving a lot at this point. Whether kicks or jabs though depends on if you know where the head is.
It does feel like the baby is playing soccer with my bladder.
In a few more weeks, you'll feel a whole series of movements as the baby tries to shift head down.
Walking a lot helps with that.
Baby activity will become so noticeable that the doctor will ask how often you feel the child move or track number of movements per hour unless the baby is asleep.
They sleep around 12 or 14 hours a day at this point, just not when I want to sleep.
The activity is more intense late at night.
That sounds like this is prepping for when I have late night feedings just as I want to go to bed or after I fell asleep.